I am Ronaldizan Masino and I'll be your moderator for today. Now we will be having a panel discussion regarding the study titled Exploring 21st Century Skills and Learning Environment for Middle School Youth. As a moderator, I will be discussing the abstract of the study, then after I will be asking two questions to be answered by a chosen panelist, and they will discuss the answers of each question. The study is all about the understanding the protective elements that support young people in overcoming adversity is crucial as demonstrated by resilience research and strength-based approaches. The qualities and abilities that young people require for success in post-secondary education and the workforce are also identified by recent study. These expanding collections of study place an emphasis on both cognitive and non-cognitive abilities that assist young people's growth and academic achievement. These growing bodies of research emphasize cognitive and non-cognitive skills that support youth development and academic success. These exploratory studies sought to develop two distinct measurement instruments. These are the 21st Century Life and Career Skills Scale, or 21CLCS, and the second one is the 21st Century Skills Classroom Environment Scale, or the 21CCE. We also examine students' perceptions of their own skills in these areas. These measures were developed and tested using survey data from 262 middle school students. Exploratory factor analysis was used to examine the factorial structure of the measures, and descriptive statistics were used to summarize students' perceptions. Results indicated that 21 CLCS and the 21 CCE are brief psychometrically sound measures. 21 CLCS assesses students' leadership and responsibility, working with others effectively, and adaptability. 21 CCE is reliable measures of students' perceptions of the ways in which their classroom's environment support their development of the 21st century life and career skills. Students reported moderately high perceptions of their skills in all areas. This study is an important step in measuring 21st century life and skills and 21st century learning environments. Researchers, youth development professionals, educators, and other service providers can utilize these measures in ongoing investigation, assessment, and progress monitoring to foster and advocate for 21st century life and career skills development among youth. Are you ready? May I call on the first panelist, Ms. Francine Alexis Sabanal, to answer the first question. Questions goes like this. How do youth assess students' 21st century life and career skills and their learning environment?
Youth may assess students' 21st century life and career skills by evaluating their leadership and accountability, as well as their flexibility or ability to work with others around the learning environment. Assessing students' 21st century life and career skills and their learning environment by using measurement instruments such as the 21st Century Skills Classroom Environment Scale and the 21st Century Life and Career Skills Scale. These measurements were carried out by considering a survey to students in order to collect their perceptions of what skill they possess in all areas. These measurements help to identify the progression of students' skills if they are prepared to encounter complex circumstances in the 21st century.
Thank you, Ms. Francine. Move forward to the next and last question. How the results of this study be utilized in enhancing the 21st century life and career skills of students and their learning environment? So, Ms. Lavelle.
Thank you, Renaliza. The research study is essential in evaluating 21st century life and career skills, as well as the 21st century learning environment. Hence, researchers, youth development experts, educators, and other service providers may utilize this study in an ongoing investigation, evaluation, and progress monitoring to encourage and advocate for the development of the 21st century life and career skills among learners. That would be all.
Thank you, everyone. The panelists shared their ideas about the study. We learned the 21st century skills, skill development, life and career skills, and learning environment. So thank you for sharing your ideas.
In this video, I will be presenting our evaluation tool to measure technology integration in the classroom or in the school. Direction. Use the scale and check the rating of the following indicators of technology tools inside the classroom. And the scale interpretation is 4 for very good, it means fully practiced or used. 3 for good, it means always been practiced or used. 2 for not bad, which means moderately used or practiced. 1 for poor, or it means rarely used or practiced. 1. The classroom have at least one set of computer or laptop representation. We rate it 3, which means good. Number 2, the school will provide a projector for the students and teachers to use. We rate it 4, which means very good. Number 3, the school will provide strong internet connection. We rate it 3, which means good. Number 4, the teachers integrate internet homeworks, assignments, and activities. We rate it 4, which means very good. Number 5, the teacher will provide PowerPoint presentation during the class discussion. We rate it 4, which means very good. Number 6, the student will use gadgets like cell phones and tablets for study session and reading comprehension. We rate it 4, which means very good. Number 7, the school have ICT rooms for different subjects. We rate it 3, which means good. Number 8, the classroom use educational apps to collaborate with their classmates or peers. We rate it 4, which means very good. Number 9, the teacher will provide worksheets during digital video watching. We rate it 3, which means good. Number 10, the school conduct virtual classroom. We rate it 4, which means very good. We are now in the 21st century in which technologies and innovations are emerging so fast, we need to adapt on it, especially in terms of teaching and learning process, for us to not be left behind and produce a quality education and a more globalized students.
Good day everyone, I am Rosalie Alguat and I will be your moderator for today. Now we will be having a panel discussion regarding the integration of information and communication technology in education or classroom. But before that, I will explain first the mechanics of this discussion. There will be 4 panelists in this activity. They are Ms. Labeljit Gacho, Ms. Francine Alexis Sabanal, Ms. Berninia Tubalado, and Ms. Renalisa Inmasino. As a moderator, I will be asking questions to each one of them, and they will discuss the answers of each questions. All right, panelists, are you ready? May I call on the first panelist, Ms. Francine Alexis Sabanal, to answer the first question? First question goes like this. Will information and communication technology make a difference in teaching and learning process? How?
Thank you, Ms. Rosalie. Good day, everyone. Yes, information and communication technologies, or ICTs, have an impact on the teaching-learning process in a variety of ways, including by boosting learner motivation and engagement, facilitating the acquisition of fundamental skills, and improving teacher preparation. ICTs are transformational resources that, when properly applied, can support the transition to a learner-centered environment.
Thank you, Ms. Francine. For the second question, I have Ms. Labeljit Gacho. The question is, how can teachers effectively use computers and internet in the classroom?
Thank you, Rosalie. Good day, everyone. Teachers can make effective use of computers and the internet in the classroom by using it to vary their instructional delivery. They can use it as a teaching alternative that will be more beneficial to them. Teachers can use internet and technology in their lessons to keep students engaged and cater to a variety of learning styles instead of lecturing at the front of the room for the entire class period. Technology assists teachers in making the subject matter simpler for students to understand, and examples include using computers to create presentations on a topic or showing video clips that complement the current lesson.
Thank you, Ms. Lavelle. So let's move forward to the next question. How would you prepare the students to handle the unreliable and unscholarly materials found in the entering? And this question would be answered by Ms. Berninia Tubalado.
So thank you, Ms. Rosalie. Good day, everyone. So I would prepare my students to handle the unreliable and unscholarly materials found in the internet by guiding them and teaching them to be illiterate researchers on finding or detecting the reliable sources that would help them to be a good individual. So I will discuss and share with them the different tips on how to examine the sources or the materials they had encountered on the internet, so that they would promote morals on being a researchers, as they will provide factual information and enhance their knowledge to a certain trends or issues wherein they will not fall into traps or fake information. That's all.
Thank you, Ms. Berlinia Tubalado. Let's now proceed to the next question to be answered by Ms. Renalisa L. Inmasina. Discuss the relationship of education and industry and the mismatch between the knowledge and skills acquired by the students and the industry needs.
So,
Let's hear it from Ms. Renalisa Inmasina's idea.
thank you, Ms. Rosalie. The relationship of the education and industry should be strongly bonded as they educate people to develop their knowledge, abilities, and skills, which is timely and relevant and needed to the industry. This means that they should be hand in hand together, as the skills are taught will be needed to the industry. Helps to have a sustainable development, and they have become powerful engine for economic growth. While the mismatch between the knowledge and skills acquired by the students and the industry needs brings huge impact to the economic growth, which means that education might have crisis on training or educating people on providing the skills demanded in the labor market, or that the economy does not create jobs that correspond to the skills of individuals. This creates skills gaps, skills shortages, skills absences, and over and under skills when people are lack of knowledge on how they develop or how they improve their skills on adapting the changes in the world of work, or their skills are lack of molded to do their work effectively. resulted, employers cannot find people who obtain skills that are right qualification for the industry needs.
Thank you, everyone. The four panelists have shared their ideas about how technology is used and helpful to the changes of the world, especially in teaching and learning process. We learned how important for people to be literate in all aspects so they can both adapt the growth of education and skills to have sustainable development. So that's all, everyone. Thank you for sharing your ideas.